The subconscious mind has fundamental programs of life that we acquire from our parents, our family, our community between the last trimester of pregnancy and the first 7 years. So this is why nature created the first 7 years of a child's life to download how to be a member of a family and a society and a culture by strictly observing other people. It's actually a brain function. It's a equivalent of hypnosis. So the fundamental programs of your subconscious are not yours. The conscious mind is yours, the creative mind. The issue is that the conscious mind can travel in time. What are you doing next week? Your mind lets go of the moment, goes to next week. What'd you do last week? Let's go of the moment, and you move into last week. Or I say, I think of something in your head. The moment you're thinking, you're not paying attention. This is what the function of the subconscious comes in. When you're not paying attention, you go to autopilot. So it's not like you have a thought and then stop. No, you continue walking. You're not paying attention. So it's a subconscious that does all the jobs from walking to driving the car. Why is this relevant? Because when we're not paying attention and we default to the subconscious, we play the programs that are in the subconscious. But the programs in the subconscious are primarily not yours. They came from other people. Psychologists tell us most programs we get are disempowering, self-sabotaging, and limiting. If I'm going to play those programs, then I'm shooting myself in the foot. The reason you play the subconscious programs is because the conscious mind's engaged with thinking 95% of the time. That means 95% of your behavior is invisible to you. We believe we're victims. Oh, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted a great relationship. It's not working out. You say, that was my intention, and it's not working, so the world's against me. Then we would go into victims like, God, I really wanted it and it didn't happen. I just wanted people to wake up. It's not the world against you. The world will give you everything. The issue is you're not operating from your conscious mind, except 5% at the most. Your life is a reflection of your subconscious programming. You got programmed from the last trimester of pregnancy, first 7 years. So I was being programmed when I was 1 and 2 and 3. And I go, absolutely. You say, what were the programs? I wasn't there. I have no idea what the programs are. Here's the neat part. 95% of your life is coming from the subconscious. So look at your life. What comes to you that you want and it comes to you easily, you have programs to allow that to happen. But what you struggle with, what you work hard on, what you have to put a lot of effort into, why are you working so hard? You have an invisible program sabotaging you. So what do I need to change? I say, look at your life and tell me what you're having trouble with. Because that's the expression of a program not supporting you. There's a belief that the conscious and the subconscious minds are one and the same. So if I educate my conscious mind, then my subconscious mind should automatically know what the heck I just did. So then I say, yeah, guess what? How many self-help books did you read? I say, now that you read them, did your life change? And the answer is, no, not really. But I'm really smart. If you ask me any questions about the self-help book, I can answer it. I say, what's the issue? And the issue is the conscious mind is creative. I could read the book, watch this video with you in it. I could even just go, aha, and the conscious mind could accept that and learn it. But the subconscious mind does not learn that way. And that has been the problem because we educate the conscious minds, get really smart, and our life stays exactly the same as it is. And the issue is why? Because it doesn't translate to the subconscious, because the subconscious learns in 3 to 4 fundamental ways. Number one, the first way it learned 7 years was hypnosis, because the brain was operating in a low vibrational frequency and just downloading what it saw. After 7, how do you learn? Habituation. How'd you learn the ABCs or the times table? You had to repeat it, and finally you got it. You want to drive a car? Practice, and then you learn. So if you want to change the subconscious mind, hypnosis is number 1, that works. Number 2, repetition, habituation. Yes. Create a habit. And at first it seems like a struggle because it's new to the subconscious. You didn't learn ABCD the first time you said it. You had to do it again and again. But after you do it for a repetition period, it will be so natural that if you're not doing it, your subconscious mind go, hey, what's happening? We're not doing it. That's really good. We overcome that. A third way, some people get it and it's very powerful, but I wouldn't recommend it, is tremendous emotional shock. Boom! Something happens in your life and it's so dramatic that after that moment, you're not going to be the same person. The subconscious got it. The newer and better one is a whole new field of belief change modalities associated with energy psychology. These are wonderful, the form of super learning. Conventional things like hypnosis or habituation, there's a time element that takes a long time. But these new belief change modalities, like a super learning experience, you can change a belief you've had your whole life, 50 years, and change it in 10 minutes. This is the new type of psychology, but it's necessary because, as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. We're running into a world that has a lot of necessity to change very quickly. We're really happy to see that there are ways of changing without going through all that anxiety and stress, so we can do it really quickly. My favorite one is the one I use because I'm most familiar with it, but there's many of them in my books. I give a whole list. The one I use is called Psych-K, like the abbreviation of psychology. It actually represents psychological kinesiology. And it's an exercise where you get your right and left brain hemispheres to work in harmony, which they don't do on a normal day-by-day basis. And when you get them to work in harmony, that's called brain synchronization. A window opens up and you can drop in a new belief in 5 minutes. It's really fun because you can release these programs. That's the story of the Matrix, where I take the red pill, I get out of the program, and then I say, yeah, but in real life, every time we've taken that red pill, I say, what's the red pill in real life? The answer is falling in love. Falling in love with the person, your creativity, or whatever it is. When you fall in love, what you're doing is so captivating, engrossing, and so desirable, you don't let your conscious mind wander. So the first time in your life, your conscious mind's staying present. And I said, why is that important? Conscious mind, wishes, desires, and aspirations. If you're operating from that mind, you manifest your wishes and desires. My conclusion is simply this. What if you go into the subconscious mind and change the programs in the subconscious mind so they reflect the desires of your conscious mind? You'll live in a honeymoon every day of your life. If my conscious mind with wishes and desires begins to wander and I default into the subconscious, playing my wishes and desires, I never left the honeymoon. Most people's stresses are not real immediate emergency stresses at all. They're beliefs of a fear that they won't have something, they won't have a job, food, a friend. And it's not that they don't have them right now. They're thinking about, oh, if that happens. And that's where the stress comes from. And that's why 90% of the people are in fear, because they recognize their future is uncertain. But rather than seeing it in a positive way, they have this image of a negative thing. And it's really interesting because, remember, when you fall in love and you get out of the programming, you create heaven on earth. If it wasn't for the programming, everybody would have heaven on earth. If we can change the programming, then heaven on earth is available.